I think we're live. I think we're live. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I'm here with this pretty lady, Dr. Alicia, and we are sitting here, and we're doing like a Netflix and chill day. We're sitting here watching this interesting show called The Righteous Gemstones that you guys should check out. It's right up there on the screen. And we paused it because my manager, Michelle, out of Philly, sent me an article that supplements something I talked about earlier on theblackfinancialchannel.com about this lawsuit with Comcast and the whole situation with the movie Harriet. Now, what's going on, Eddie Cochran? How you doing? I want to ask you guys, do you plan to see the movie Harriet or have you seen the movie Harriet? Let me know if you've seen the movie Harriet. Give me a yes or no. Basically, the movie Harriet, we're debating on whether or not we want to see Harriet. Part of us feels that it's an issue because we've heard so many bad things about historical inaccuracies. We've heard about this lawsuit with Comcast. You guys don't know that Focus Films, who made the film Harriet, actually is the parent company of Focus Films is actually Comcast, and so a lot of people are not going to see the movie because of this lawsuit that Byron Allen filed against Comcast, claiming that they discriminate against African Americans because they won't allow any of Allen's channels on their network. They're not licensing any of his channels. Now, some people felt like that was just a personal business decision between Byron Allen and Comcast. But what Allen seemed to do very successfully is connect his lawsuit and their challenge of the 1866 Civil Rights Act, which guarantees you equal protection under the law. That basically he's connecting is Comcast's appeal to the Supreme Court to all black people. And what Allen basically said on the Breakfast Club this week is that if Comcast wins, black people lose. That basically discrimination will be allowed to run even more rampant than it does, and you won't be able to do anything about it because they're going to change the standard, the legal standard of discrimination. So anyway, one of the most recent events that has occurred is the was it South Burlington, New Jersey, or Burlington, New Jersey, chapter of the NAACP. They just canceled a screening of Harriet out of protest for to protest this film, not the film, sorry, to protest the lawsuit. And that's a big deal because you're not really seeing a lot of that. I did see Color of Change. They sent me an email saying that it's a problem that that Comcast is profiting from the story of Harriet Tubman while at the same time trying to deliberately and directly undermine the civil rights law passed during Harriet Tubman's lifetime, which is a big problem. And so I wanted to just keep you guys aware of what's going on. It's really kind of developing pretty quickly, and I want to applaud the Burlington, New Jersey NAACP for making the right move. I think it is important to make that statement because I think it is a little bit strange that you're trying to make all this money off of black viewers, and at the same time you're in court trying to block civil rights for black people. Like this is a fight Comcast should not take. They should make whatever deal they need to make this go away because if you look at the data, if you just look at the way they spend their money, at least from what Allen's lawsuit said, did you notice, babe? I think they spent 25, according to Allen's lawsuit, they spent 25 billion on programming, and only like 3 million of the 25 billion went to black-owned channels. Like so, literally, like think about this. I mean, let's do the math on it, right? What is 1% of 25 billion? 250 million. So take 1%. So take two. So 250 million divided by 3 is what, about 80, a little over 80 million, 80 something million, right? So take, sorry, yeah. So if you take 250 million divided by 80, so take 1% divided by 80. That's what black people get. We get about 1/80th of 1% of the money that Comcast spends on programming. 1/80th of one motherfucking percent. Now, I'm sure that they could come up with numbers that would, challenge that, right? They could come up with numbers and say, oh, we've got diverse programming, we got this, we got that, we hire black actors or whatever. But, we know black people are frozen out of that industry. Like, we know that Allen has a case, and I think that what I admire about what Allen's doing is, he's setting sort of a higher standard, for black people. He's kind of saying like, no, it shouldn't be this way. You know, and the thing about it that bothers me too is that when you talk about raising the bar for civil rights cases, the bar is already pretty fucking low. Like, I mean, you know, like seriously, like give me a yes or no, guys. How many of you have ever endured discrimination on the job? Yes or no? Have you ever endured discrimination on your job? And I want you guys to answer this directly so that anybody from Comcast or anywhere else who watches this video, I want them to see how many yeses come up. Give me a yes if you've ever discriminated or felt discrimination on the job. Give me a no if you've never been discriminated against on any job. I'm seeing yes from Della and Henry and Hamp 22 and Anthony, Roxy. It's okay. Wait, somebody said no. James said no. James has never experienced discrimination on the job. Good for you, man. Right? Okay. So I'm seeing a whole lot of yeses. I
How
think
many no's did you get?
I got one no. James Austin.
Okay.
He was, AKA the luckiest Negro in history.
Tell him to live a little longer.
That's what I'm saying. Well, he must be James must be 12 years old. But but yeah, so the thing is that we know this happens a lot, and we know that this is a problem, and the fact that they're trying to lower the standard even further is ridiculous. And also, you know, when you talk about Comcast, you know, I mean, why don't you do the right thing? Why don't you make your network more inclusive of for black people? Like, it doesn't have to just be for Byron Allen though. Like, I mean, let's keep it 100. You know, I've seen Allen's channels. He's got channels like cars.tv, pets.tv. That shit don't inspire
The
me.
Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying the Weather Channel is, but a lot of that stuff is like white people stuff. Like Byron, you know, like pets.tv. How many of y'all in here are gonna go watch a fucking channel called pets.tv? Yes or no? Yes or no? How many of y'all are gonna watch pets.tv, right? Most black people ain't gonna watch pets.tv. So he's definitely going after that white money, which is fine. Like, I think that's cool. Give him that white money. But black people ain't really gonna be the primary consumers of that media. But what I do think is you need spaces for black people to create black media that black people fucking want, man. Like, seriously, like, what about drboyce.tv? How about that? How about we have drboyce.tv where I'm on the network and I'm talking about black stuff. I'm talking about economic empowerment. We're talking about wealth building strategies. We're talking about what it means to be black, right? Now, it doesn't mean Byron Allen can't do that. It doesn't mean Byron Allen's not a great man, but I think at the same time, like, they should just open the door for all kinds of black programming. It doesn't have to be Dr. Boyce TV. I'm just being silly, but for just being serious, you know, I would actually like to see more black-owned channels, but also I'd like to see more black-owned content. You know, where we own it not just financially, but we own it spiritually and intellectually and psychologically and culturally and socially. Yeah, well, we can reset the motherfucking programming, man. Like, well, we can go make a movie Harriet. Seriously, they need to go give some money to some real black people, let them make a real movie that's historically accurate, and that becomes our Harriet Tubman story. That becomes in fact, I think somebody else already told the Harriet Tubman story in another film. I can't remember who it was. I gotta look it up. Somebody please say the name of the person if you know the person's name. But you know, like this Harriet movie, I mean, it's hilarious. Like, what I'm hearing bothers me. What I'm hearing is really.
I think that we should go see it.
You think we should go see it?
I think we should go see it. Let's just go.
Okay. We've decided that
Let's
we've
beat the
decided
judge.
that we're going to go see it. We're going to go see Harriet. I'm going to hold my nose and walk in the theater and stare at the screen for 2 hours. Because if I go see it, I figured if I go see it and I talk to you and 100,000 of you see my review, then that will save 100,000 black people, you know, money for having to go to see a film, money and time. So I will save you at least $20 in money, because you know when you get there, you're gonna have to buy some $5, $10 popcorn and all that other shit, right? You're gonna drop at least $20 to go to see the movie. Probably some people are gonna drop $50. So I will save you $20, and the video hopefully will be seen by 100,000 people. And so that means that 20 times 100, that's some $2 million. So I'm gonna go try to save the black community $2 million.
Yeah.
By going to see Harriet. And when I go see it, y'all know how I am. As soon as I walk out of that fucking theater, I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to do a thorough, deep dive analysis on what I saw and what I think. And now, mind you, I might go in there and I might like it. I might come out. Now, remember, I'm kind of risking. I'm risking my own sanity. Like, I'm taking a big risk by walking.
Listen, it's a Hollywood movie. It's a Hollywood movie. So the mind control has to be there.
Yes,
It has.
I
It
know.
can't not be there.
You
So
and
we're
you and
gonna
I
find
could
it.
we
We
could
will
walk out
find
and
it.
we could become infected. Like it's like going to study the
No, we
zombies.
won't. We're
We could get
coming in already
infected by the
conscious.
coon disease, the coonery disease that they put in Hollywood movies. You know all the coonery they put in these films. We could go in and get infected. We could come out. She jumped through the thing and shot the man. It
Oh
was
Lord,
so exciting, y'all. Like for real. Oh my
that
god.
is never gonna happen, Boyce.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm kind of mad about this black bounty hunter they created out of thin air. I think he flies on a dragon and he's from Krypton. I think he's like, and he's trying to shoot Harriet with laser beams. And yeah, it's an epic battle. I swear. No, I really feel like,
Just let us be the judge.
I feel like when they're making characters up, they're turning the very serious Harriet Tubman story into a Medea movie,
No,
into a
we have
fucking
too many of those.
into a damn Tyler Perry movie. Like I really feel like they're kind of reducing like seriously, like how are you gonna take Harriet's story and just add characters in that fit your agenda? That's what makes me mad about these people. Like that's what
Well,
makes me
that's what
mad.
they do. I mean, it's their movie. Their movie.
That's
They
true.
created it. They produced it. There's actors who agree to do it. It's their stuff, and they're gonna shove it down our throats. They're gonna make us like it.
God damn, this shit makes my head hurt, man.
Well, if your head hurts,
Being
let's
black in
chill.
America gives you headaches.
Don't let that happen. But let's go. Let's go.
Terry said, "Don't do it, Dr. Watkins." I know if I walk in there, oh my god, I feel like I'm going to pick up my relatives in a crack house. And you
Well,
were,
let's.
well, you remember in what was it? Not New Jack City. It was that other movie. I think it was New Jack City, but also Jungle Fever. And Wesley Snipes had their brother Samuel Jackson that was smoking crack, and he went to go get his brother in the crack house. He had to walk in there, and I remember thinking, I don't want to walk in the crack house because you got to inhale all that crack.
But you know what you're getting into, and so you're aware of it. We know what we're getting into. The
Okay.
mental crack. We know what
Okay.
we're getting
All right,
into.
we're gonna do it for the black community.
I think we go. Let's go.
We're gonna put bulletproof vests on our brains, and we're going to, or whatever that radiation shield is they use for the astronauts.
We should.
Yeah, we're gonna put some metal aluminum foil on our hands to keep the coonery out, and